Hi everybody, Jo here again. How you doing? I hope you're doing okay, and thanks for popping in and joining me for another crafty catch-up. Now today I'm coming in with a design which features one of our lovely stamps. It's a stamp from a while back and it's the Pixie Boot, and this is the larger one. There's a large and a small version of this, and they do face opposite ways if my memory serves me correct. And as I say, I've gone for the large one, but the reason I wanted to use this is, don't tell anyone, but we've got some new stamps coming out, and they're called the Loomweavers Collection, and I may have snuck one of our new beautiful creatures on here, and look, he's got a needle, and he's sewing the buttons on the boots. So I want you to meet Tumble. Now in my head, Tumble, I've got lots of different Tumbles, and this one, he's Tumble the bootmaker. And I'm going to have so much fun with these. Honestly, you have no idea. So this is the sort of design I'm going to create. So I hope you'll just plump up your cushions, make yourselves comfortable, and let's have a play. Now this all starts with a piece of multifarious card, and it's 5.5 inches square. And that's just because, again, with using the large Pixie Boot, I wanted to make sure, because if you look, obviously, it is a large stamp, but you can get it on the 5.5 inch. Now, the colour I'm using today, Versafine Clair, and I've gone for Fallen Leaves. I'm sort of going for a vintage sort of style today. But again, you could easily use your black. I mean, what's lovely about is a lot of the designs we create, you can just mix them up, can't you? Use different colours. So I'm going to come in, and I want the boot sort of middle-ish. I say ish. So I'm going to go for that, and let's see. And again, it's a large stamp, and it's got lots of beautiful detail, what we expect from Tracy. And that's what she does. The attention to detail is just amazing. So if you're one of our new friends and followers, don't take both hands off the stamp block. And I just tend to work. Now, there are some lucky stampers who are magic, who can just go buff, lift it off, and it stamps. If I do that, half of it will be missing. So I really have to give that ink time to soak into the card. And then hopefully lift it up, and there we go. But you sort of get a feel for, you know, what sort of stamper you are. I mean, as I say, look at all that detail. You can see the creases in the leather. And I'm going to come in with Tumble. Now, there is a Tumble large, so again, this is Tumble small. And it was facing just the right way for this design. Now I want to put him so he's standing on the boot there. So my suggestion is sort of stand up and put your head over, right over your design. Now if there was a little gap, I would just either extend the boot or extend his feet a little with my brown fine liner pen. But I'm hoping we'll be lucky. There we go. And his little paws are perfect. Now, I've got the mini button, and as soon as I sort of started with ideas, I thought, oh, we've got the mini button, and that's when things all come together. So I'm just going to stamp this, and I want 3 here. Now, because I'm going to decoupage them, really doesn't matter how I stamp the 3. So I'm just going to put... So you could mask and stamp your 3, but what I've done is on a little piece of scrap paper, look, because we keep every bit, don't we? I'm sure it's not just me. I bet you've got boxes and boxes of it, because I have. Anyway, I've already coloured some, look, and cut them out ready. I've got so many tins of little bits that I colour, cut out. I love cutting out. Now, the other thing is we've got this fabulous needle, look, and this is on reels and needle. Now, there's a bit of placing with this, but I know you're good at this sort of thing. We do it a lot, don't we? So, just want to check that the edges of that block. And again, sort of stand up, and I just want to pop the needle through both his paws there so that he's holding on to it, look, because he's sewing these buttons on. That's his job. So I'm going to give that a blot, Versafine Clair slow drying ink, and because I'm going to add some ink around the design now, I don't want to spoil it and smudge it. So what I'm going to do first is just ground the whole design with a mini hill mask and truffle. Again, to keep that vintage feel. Blend in the lid. Your non-slip mat is perfect. Look, it holds the lid still. And I can just go straight across here. Just take that, almost that whiteness off and just ground everything, look. And then I want to take almost the whiteness off the background, so Sahara. And again, I blend in the lid and I'm just going to come in from the corner. I tend to use the corner just because I'm going to blend some brown ink around the corner. So if it was too dark, it wouldn't show up, it would be fine. And look, it's amazing how much ink is on that brush. And I'm just using the ink. I'm not re-inking. I've got enough ink on there. And Sahara and Truffle or henna both work really well. Actually, I will. See, I fibbed. I do want a little bit more there. Changed my mind. But we're crafters. We're allowed. Now, what I am going to do as well, number 3 brush. And I'm just going to add a base layer of colour onto the boot. And your number 3 brush is perfect for this. If you need to add some colour over a large area, just by using your number 3 brush, we can get in those little bits, look, and I'm going to come in and add more detail, but it just gives me that first layer and takes the whiteness off. And again, just on Tumble, just going to add just a little. Now you've got choices. You could come in and watercolour a bit more if you wanted. Now I want some stencil work in the background. You could leave it like that, but I've gone for elegance. Now I'm being mindful here, and if you don't want to go over, you can either remember in your head not to, or you can just pop that little mini hill mask back, look. And again, I'll just watch for these edges. So back with truffle, and again blend in the lid. I know I keep saying it, but it's important. And then I'm just going to add some gentle stenciling in the background. As always, hold on to the metal part and it's a tickle. So just think of me as you're tickling away. Now, I'm holding the stencil here so I can lift it and just see, oh, that's nice. Just maybe a tiny bit more in this corner. Let me just see. And just build it up, because it's a tickle, but it's better that you go in, add a bit more, even if it takes a little bit longer. That's nice, I like that. This, I will spritz and pop that on a tag that I'm working on. And then just a little bit more ink round, just blending, just to give us a bit of a frame. So again, as always, start in the corner and then whiz down the side. A bit more in this corner. Across the top, let's have a look. And here, I just tend to look at all 4 corners, but you know what happens? I end up inking all 4 again, so... But I'm sure that's just me. Now we'll clean this up. Again, you can get one of your tags that you're underway with, and we can just put it. It's always good to have a tag that you're doing, and that'll be lovely because that'll just add a bit of vintage in that background. Got such a lovely pile of tags on the go. And you know, if Mr. Motivation goes on holiday, as he does, you can entice him back by just doing some tags. Now to the colour, and I've got my modulars pencils, and I've got number 4, number 18, 17 and 32. So first of all with the brown, and again I'm just going to come in and I can just add a little bit more depth. If I just want a little bit more shading anywhere. And what's nice about this look, you can decide where and how much you want to add because you've got that sort of base colour. So you can decide. So maybe round here. But what I am going to do is with the yellow, just bring in a bit of a sort of a yellowy contrast. And this will reflect with the Sahara as well because we've got those yellowy tones in the background. And maybe just here on a couple of these, we can just bring in. And again, you will take your time and decide exactly how much. And just a little bit of yellow highlights just to bring in those tones. Now the main thing is the blue, so I'm going to colour, and again I've gone for a dark blue and a light blue, and all I'm going to do is the dark blue for the shade and then come in with the light blue. And again, you will take your time. And I just love the contrast of the pop of that colour. So on these lovely buttons down the front. Now it might be you want to add these gold, silver. Maybe you want to do a pop of red. So again, I'm just adding a little bit of the darker blue look and then coming in with the lighter blue. I mean, the thing is with this, you can take it, really, that's what I love about card making. You become the artist, don't you? You decide, Tracy's given us the basics, and then you can decide exactly where you want to take it. So I'm just going to add a little bit of blue. I am decoupaging these, so it's just the back one I need to add the blue to, and I've already got those cut out, so that will help. Now what I'm going to do as well is just going to add a little bit more. I do this, you know. Do you do this? The number of times I think a card's finished and I go to write it and I think, oh, I just want to add that. But I'm sure that's just me. So what I'm going to do is with the blue, I'm just going to come over these lovely threads here, just to bring a little bit more of the lovely blue tones in. And the same with the thread here with the needle. Just going to go over this because obviously it's using blue thread for those buttons. Now, my clear wink of Stella, I'm just going to come in and blend. Now, you can leave yours as they are if you want. You can use your water brush. Remember, you can use your white pencil to do the blending. I'm just going for the wink of Stella because I love that little bit of shimmer we get when it dries. So just down here, and also, to be honest, don't tell anyone, but if I haven't coloured right to the edge like there, look, the wink of Stella does it for me. And then just give that nib a wipe, that goes back clean. Lovely. Maybe just a hint of yellow just under here, almost for that highlight on the front of the boot. Again, I'm doing that thing, aren't I? Now, what I do want to do is add a little bit of shading. So, my soft pastel pencils, and I'm going to come in with the blue and just add a little bit of blue under the buttons. And then add a little bit of black to that. And the same with the boot, I'm going to come in with the brown and then add a little bit of black just to mix the two. So again, the heel, we'd have shade. We'd have a little bit under there, but not as much. We'd have more there and a little bit there. So if we just blend that. And again, let's have a look. Just want a tiny bit more, just to emphasise that area and that area. So, and then we would have, obviously you're going to get a little bit of shade here, aren't you, from Tumble. So we'll just add a little bit there, and then, and it's these little finishing touches, as you know, it is amazing the difference that they make. So I've got one of my Signo, and this is the Uniball, the metallic pens, and I've gone for the silver because the needle, I'm thinking, I'm going to add that silver. And then because I've got the silver, I'm just going to add a little bit, just some little, and again, you can. So our lovely little buttons, we'll stick those on, and I'm going to use Bippity Boppity glue for this one. And again, you know me, I have to put the glue on there, because if I put it on my button and then I drop my button, it ends up with glue everywhere. And then for this one, because I want it to be raised, you can either use your 3D glue gel, your silicone glue gel, or I've just got a couple of the little foam pads. And again, the hardest bit with this, as everybody knows, is getting the back off them. So let's see if we can be lucky. Wish me luck. There we go. Now again, on the button, you've got the shade detail here, so we know which way to put it. And then either your Posca marker, or I'm going to come in with the Mangaka, and I'm just going to add, I just love the little hairs in his ears, little on his nose, look, and just some little highlights. So on the buttons, look, we'll have some highlights on here. And then on here, I'm just going to dot. And again, I love these finishing touches. You can decide just exactly how many you want. So I'm just going to get the light to catch each of those. Now, normally I would wait for the buttons to dry, but I know you may have gone to bed by then. So we'll just add a little bit, and a little bit on the heel, look. Remember, if your highlights don't show, sometimes it's wet on wet. So just let your work dry and then come back in with your highlights. But there we go. There's Tumble, my boot maker. And I think he's nearly finished. I think that's possibly his last button sewn on. Now, what's the boot going? Is it going to go for a dance? Is it a prom? Is it for a wedding? I leave that up to you. So I hope you enjoy. Keep your eyes peeled on our socials for designs from the rest of the creatives and from Tracy. Honestly, such an amazing new collection. And look out for some things called a wardrobe. Just saying, oh, snuck it in. Shouldn't have done, but don't tell anyone. Anyway, you take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. I know I will. Love and hugs from me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.